King and Queens, man. I hope everybody's doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, staying to yourself. We got Wale, we got Shannon Sharp, Club Shay Shay. He talking about that Kai Cenat situation. Y'all know where Kai pulled up on him, and he was like, "What was his name?" You know that situation. Y'all know. If y'all don't know, go look up the clip. Wale spent the block on him and was like, "Man, hey, you kind of had me looking crazy." Kai was like, I guess he was, like, dang, how you don't know me? You know what I mean? And then I think it was an old clip of them having an encounter at a football game, or it was something like that. Yeah, do your research on it. But he's talking about it, so we're going to see what he had to say about that.
The Kai Cenat, you turned that into a switch deal.
Yeah, no, but if you like it, I love it. Switch deal.
Well, look, I get it, and I said
that was a recovery.
I had a situation where I was hosting the daytime Emmys.
Okay.
And that was like, when we were growing up, it was only a handful of sitcoms. It was only a handful of shows you had to know.
Yeah.
Now with Amazon and with Netflix and all these shows, man, they got 1,000 shows.
There's too many shows, bro.
And they send you a little book, and you got to like who's nominated and all that, and you interviewing them. And a lot of times they gave me 6 weeks. But you try to like recognize somebody on like if it's football, if it's basketball, sports, I'm good. That's me. That's my job.
Wale ain't going for that.
Genre.
They be looking the same.
I'm like,
they be looking the same. You ain't gonna say it. I say it. They be looking the same. They say we do anyway. So I look. But I get it though, because I'm like notorious for not remember. I'm not good at bruh. I've been doing like the music business like this, bro. I don't remember people like, and then a lot of people take offense to that. So I get it a little bit.
Yeah,
I did play in the celebrity game with him the year before, but
he remember.
Well, okay, it's cool.
You gave. I mean, couldn't you have given a little grace? The man 20.
That's the thing. Now you got me. Now you roll up my sleeves. Nah, but
he 20.
Y'all acting like he was born like 2 days ago. Okay, look. All right, so I gotta be super careful because this is cold blooded, man. I was like, I was upset for like 5 days in a row. So when he's talking about mental health at the Stream Awards, I'm like, yes, mental health. You get it now.
Before he go on, I want to say this. We gotta stop with this age thing. There's like an age limit on how you can dress, which I'm going to do a video about that. Is there an age limit and requirements on like, how you should dress at a certain age? We'll get to that, but we got to stop. Oh, you're too old for this. Oh, he's too young. We got to stop making that an excuse and giving that, the reason on why we're giving people a pass. No, we can't do that. It's some intelligent 12-year-olds with amazing memories. And there's some 70-year-old people who are sharp as heck. So we're not going to do that. We got to stop doing that, all right? Some people just have bad memories. That's cool, too. But we ain't got to use the age thing all the time. Now, if he got a bad memory or she got a bad memory, she just got a bad memory. He only 20. He only 25. What that mean?
Imagine giving your life to this game and then you go to the awards to just support the culture that you've been a part of for 13 years, and then somebody who asks you to play a video, like asks you, yeah, let's play one day, like, because you saw them last year, and then you go online and everybody's like, yo, Kai's not, he didn't know who you was, that was funny, and you in a room full of your peers.
Right.
And I was like, wait, let me go holler at him real quick. And through my vantage point, I'm just like, yo, that made me look crazy, bro. Like, but I think the way that people saw it is like, yo, like, you, 20-year-old, like, you feel me? Like, that's what they acting like I did, and I'm like.
But let's be clear, Kai Cenat does a lot. He does a lot. He has a lot of guests I'm sure he has to talk to. There's a lot of planning that goes behind him on his live streams, prior to him kind of like taking a break, right? But y'all got to think about that. Young man definitely does a lot. Now, we could give that an excuse. He's a busy person. Wale, you haven't really been in the limelight. You haven't really been on social media. You haven't really had a hit like that enough to where people can remember who you are. So that familiar, idea isn't there when it comes to Wale. Now, yes, because Wale is a dope artist. And if you just didn't grow up on that type of music, and yeah, of course, I guess you could say his age matters with that. Kai really didn't grow up listening to Wale. Okay, cool, whatever. I mean, I don't know. You got young people who listen to Wale, but I think it's more so that just Kai is super busy and Wale just haven't been in the media like that. Because Wale, he's super popping. He's super dope, but he's definitely been quiet for a while. I don't remember the last track that Wale put out. Like, what is it? Flower Lotus Bomb or something like that. So I don't know. I think it's just more so that Kai was busy and he didn't look familiar. Maybe he looked different. And that's possible. Wale don't, I mean, he got on shades and a hat right now. If he took it off, I'm sure most people would be like, who the heck is that? I don't think it had nothing to do with his age. I just think Kai just super busy and you ain't been in the limelight. It's that simple.
Yo, I'm just saying you made me look crazy. Like, I feel like uncomfortable in this room. But like, I'm like, at that moment, I'm like, damn, everybody making me the bid on the internet just because I was like, you know, like just because he didn't. No, I was just confused. And then when they said I pressed him, I was like, oh, so that means I gotta leave. Like I gotta go to my hotel for like a couple days. Like it was like not that. I don't expect I introduce myself at my meet and greet sometimes. Like that's how I move. Like I don't be like, you got to know who I am. It just seemed like it was a little bit like downplaying a little bit.
Right.
And in the moment I'm like, yo, like
do you think
but couldn't that be your own assumption? That doesn't necessarily mean just because you feel that way, that's how it was. I think he's adding more to it than it needed to have been. Because how did he make you look a certain way? You gave the power to that situation. You could have easily right then and there be like, oh, what's up, man, Wale? Cool. It didn't have to be, oh, you made me look crazy. Now you're adding going to it. It's making you look like you're desperate for someone to know who you are when it doesn't have to be that. Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up, Kai? Remember we met back in Wale. Simple, bro.
I know. I'm looking at the kid on the cover of these magazines, and I'm like, it looked like how I dressed when I first started.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I could see my influence on you daily. Like you know what I'm saying. So I'm not saying I influenced you, but I definitely your stylist got me on this vision board.
Yeah.
So and I'm thinking like that. And I'm like, bruh, I just didn't like how I felt in the moment. I'm like, yo, bro, we come here to celebrate the culture, and I'm looking at all these people like, yo, he doesn't know who you are. It's so funny. And I'm watching all these people receive awards. It just was like, let me say something before I roll. And they took it as me pressing the youngin' out. And I'm like, bro, I got PT. I can't even look at them little cameras no more. I start sweating when I see them joints. I'll be looking at everybody. Anybody that has that archetype that could be on a Twitch, I'll be like,
make sure ain't no more there.
That's too young.
See, but I think that was a moment for you being the older person that has the experience of being in the industry. That was a moment for you to go and talk to Kai and give him game and just give him some guidance. That's it. That could have been that time. It could have been a teaching moment versus it looking like you're reaching for something or you're yearning for someone to know who you are when everybody is not going to know who you are, bro. Even with you being a popular rapper in rap, that does not mean that somebody that listens to R&B or something close to rap is going to know who you are. Heck, some people that listen to rap don't know who you are. That's just your chance to, hey, my name is Wale. I'm a rapper, so on and so forth. I mean, I don't know. And I guess me being a human and me being overstanding of everybody look at things different, I respect where Wale coming from, but also too, I just think about it like Kai has his way of looking at it too. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at it more so like I'm putting myself in that situation. I'm not attaching my emotions to stuff. And him being in the industry this long, he should know not to get your emotions too wrapped up in this industry. Because I'm sure there's some people that you shook hands with when you first came into the game that act funny with you and act like they don't know who you are, knowing dang well they actually do know who you are.
I'm saying, but also I think I wanted to make it a teachable moment. I wanted to go on the stream and talk about the the generational like divide and like how that happened, and like, you know, just have conversations around how the generations go, because it's like it's a deep conversation we can have, and I've been dying to have that joint on stream with like.
But see, imagine if you would have came back. Yeah, imagine if you would have doubled back and be like, "Oh man, I'm Wale, bro. I'm sorry I ain't introduced myself, man. I figured you remember who I was. We played back at da. Cool, love, man. Let's get on stream together. Easy." Versus saying, "You made me look crazy." How can somebody make you look crazy? I just didn't. I don't know.
Like the right got the people of both sides of the culture, because I mean he's accepted a role, whether he really planned or not, to be one of the voices in hip hop.
Correct.
You know, whether you like stuff or not, like we still have to preserve the culture. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The guys who came before me, the Jeezys, the Jay-Z's, like the Ludacris's, like, you know, like we preserve the culture. We preserve, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, you're older, you're before, like, you feel me? So that's what that was about. I wish I would have handled it differently, but at the same time, I definitely thought it could be a teachable moment because a lot of the artists that come from my era, they don't know how to interact with y'all, because y'all act like y'all don't like nothing that don't sound a certain way or whatever. Like y'all like hip hop for a certain other reason. So some of them don't know how to talk to them, and some of them is like, "Oh, we getting money. We don't care about what y'all guys say." So, you know, the goal after that was to have a teachable moment, but we couldn't get a comment from our guy. So,
see, I think that's where, if he feels like there's a separation between that generation, as far as streamers, Kai, his whole group, and, you know, all the younger streamers, this is where the older people have to put their egos to the side. Y'all have been in the industry a lot longer. Reach out to these people. Now, of course, that's all you could do is reach out. And if you don't get anything in return, okay, fine, you did your part, but y'all have to do more with reaching back and reaching out to the younger people. And you can even put the younger people in that same space too. Younger people should reach out, but they're looking at it like the older people need to look. They're looking at it like the older people probably should reach out to us because we're the younger people. Is it right? No, but that's just how their minds are warped. That's how their minds are structured and set up. But Wale, you still cool, hip, fly as heck. Yes, this dude is a fashion guru. This dude right here has been getting fly for a long time. So you can even utilize that. Your fashion, Kai be getting fly. You could even talk about that or maybe try to build a bond or a relationship based off that. I don't know. But I think sometimes the older people get stuck in their ways and they looking at the younger audience as if there isn't a connection of some sort. And I'm not speaking about Wale specifically. I'm just talking about the older rappers. They tend to have this strong hate, or they look at the streamers as if, you know, they're supposed to just automatically look up to them and idolize them. But it's like, if you don't give them anything to idolize, then, you know, and they're probably not going to do the research. So it's just one of those things where you got to create that connection some way, somehow. Pride get put to the side. And this is both generations, the older generation and the younger generation. So, and if you think about Kai and them, man, they listening to Playboy Cardi and, you know, they listening to all that type of stuff, which I don't know how. Playboy Cardi is annoying. Wale is definitely dope. Wale is a fly artist, super dope, intellectual. Man, his new album is phenomenal, but we're going to end this video right here, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate to we hit our head. We ain't bling, yes, spread love, not hate. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Be great. Go.